You know all my floors open, I guess.
No!
Yes, because it's
Oh my
a small
God.
house. And let me see if I can
How
find
very clever.
a cover box. Oh, great. I have the perfect house for him. Now come on.
All right.
Go up to that landing.
I love your solarium, by the way, out there.
It brings me such joy. That's my living room on this floor. But it only takes two others, of course.
And I love your elevator, for God's sakes.
By the way, if you want to buy at a very cheap price, see if you can get this open.
Oh.
See if you can get this open. I dropped. Oh, there he is. Oh. Not the least. All right, now go up. All right, now look. Don't. Okay, when you want to see the headpiece, you can even take it down, but I don't think you can reach it. See in that niche that I made for, yeah.
Oh.
But you can't. Can you see any of the treasures in it? Or did I turn it in the wrong direction?
There's stuff in it. Oh my gosh. So that was the headpiece from the warrior?
Yeah.
Oh, Lane. Amazing.
When I say he lost his head, you can see what I'm talking about. Because those trophies in it are very dear to them, just as much as you win an Olympic medal. This is just as dear to them as that. All right, we see time as going like this.
Right.
We think it is going into the future.
Okay.
I don't know how many I've done, but let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you have a favorite number? We'll do your favorite number.
Oh, I don't know. 3, 7, whatever.
All right. 3 and 7 are your favorites? It has to be bigger than 11. Should we stop at 11? Because here's where we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So 11 months of the year. Or let's go to 12 because there are 12 months in the year. Okay?
Okay. Let's go to 13.
Let's go to 13. All right. I like it. All right. Now we see then 13 months from now, which would be December. Correct?
Okay.
As going into the future.
Right.
But that isn't how time is. Time is interconvoluted with space. That is the statement that explains.
Einstein.
Should we go to a lighter story?
Um,
To a less profound story?
We can.
Let me tell you something.
Wait a minute. Okay, just very quickly with the Einstein. You met him with a friend from England, and you guys came over to where? New York?
He lived in the Institute for Advanced Study, where he died, in Princeton, New Jersey.
Your friend?
No. My
Einstein.
friend was A.S. Besakovich.
Right, I have all this written down.
Okay, he was the Russian that Niels Bohr smuggled out as a sack of potatoes and became one of the 11 professors of 2,200 faculty members in Cambridge. And when I stopped him on the street to ask a question, I thought he was speaking Russian, so I spoke Russian, and he was so enamored of the fact. My Russian was excellent then. And he invited me for tea, and I saw that he lived as though he were part of the 1% of America. He had 7 in health, which the university paid for. And when he was coming here to work with Einstein, Einstein needed a rare mathematician, an advanced mathematician, and there were practically none in the world. He was considered the top. He was the Einstein of that. So Einstein asked him to come, but he visited me for a month first, and after he had drunk me out of all the vodka that I had amassed for him, I drove him up to, he didn't tell me it was Einstein we were going to meet. So when he got to his digs at Princeton Junction, that's the Institute for Advanced Study, and associated with Princeton University, but way beyond it. it has the Einsteins, Darwins, that kind of people there. So anyway, he looked at his digs, as they called them, and he was shocked, and there were no staff there for him. And he said, well, let's see how my friend lives. And he didn't tell me who the friend was. So we went over to his friend's apartment, and when Einstein appeared, I thought I'd faint.
How old were you? You were young, weren't you?
This was in the late 60s. Einstein died in the late 60s. This was the 3 years before that. So this had to be somewhere close to 1965.
Okay.
But I'm terrible with numbers. So.
That's all right.
It was 3 years before he died, so you can look up when he died. So then, Einstein and I got along so well. He was hilarious. Very funny. And he said that you come up next Wednesday. And Bessie made me promise, and I ended up coming up every Wednesday.
From there on out until he died for tea, right? I remember that. And you guys would just sit around and gab and...
We laughed a lot. I got to meet one of his sons. I got to meet a lot of his colleagues, of course. But mostly we just laughed and exchanged.
I didn't know he even had children.
Yeah, he had 2.
Was he married at the time?
Well, he was divorced, I think, or at least she left him. He played around a lot. He was a very bad boy. No.
Were you his girlfriend ever?
No.
Just friends. We want to make you his girlfriend. Sounds better. Einstein's last girlfriend. You probably were in a way. He was just older in life, but he probably loved you a lot.
Well, he was very flirtatious.
Yeah,
but,
okay, I felt that. I'm sure he loved you a lot.
But I took it as joking.
And I'm sure your time together was very memorable.
Well, first of all, he taught me so much. He really taught me how to understand things, so that when someone like Stephen Hawking comes out with dark matter, I can actually understand what he's talking about. And did I ever show you the essence of the theory of relativity?
No, wait. What is that?
That's Einstein's greatest contribution to science.
What are you showing me? A book?
How he explained it to me in about 5 minutes.
Oh.
By drawing.
Wow. Okay, that I'll do. Okay.
What he said was, and I've heard of, if I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. He said the problem is that when people don't really understand something, they can't bring it down to the minimal language nor to the minimal appearance if they're trying to write or visually show it. But he said he couldn't bear that. And so when people speak, they always are giving the long, long story when you could cut it to the short.
So he showed...
All right. We see time as going like this.
Right.
We think it is going into the future.
Okay.
I don't know how many I've done, but let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Do you have a favorite number? We'll do your favorite number.
Oh, I don't know. 3, 7, whatever.
All right. 3 and 7 are your favorites? It has to be bigger than 11. Should we stop at 11? Because here's where we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So 11 months of the year. Or let's go to 12 because there are 12 months in the year. Okay?
Okay. Let's go to 13.
Let's go to 13. All right. I like it. All right. Now we see then 13 months from now, which would be December, correct?
Okay.
As going into the future.
Right.
But that isn't how time is. Time is interconvoluted with space. That is the statement that explains